We have a red cross, which represents a point on the sea. Okay, so I'm going to put the sea in the boat. Okay, as you can see, no pun intended, we have a constant level of sea, and the boat is technically floating on that. Now, I'm going to get rid of that now and show you that there is a daily variation in tidal height, which is defined by a sine wave. And that sine wave, you can vary the maximum minimum height, so that can be set for a given particular point on the globe. So you might have a 5 meter high tide, you might have a 3 meter high tide, so that can be varied according to the model. Now, the daily variation or the hourly variation actually depends upon the time of the month. Because the monthly tidal cycle goes up and down depending on the moon phases. So what will happen is you'll get a very big high tide at one point and a decreasingly large high tide and low tide and smaller low tide until it gets to what's called neaps. So we have springs at one part of the month and we have neaps at the other part of the month, and this happens every 2 weeks. Now, if we can combine the two, we end up with a variation in tidal height and ebb, which varies according to that cycle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease the maximum height just for illustration, and we are going to put the sea and the boat back in its place, and the red cross is basically going to follow that combined sine and cosine function as the time tracks. So there's no units in time, it's quite arbitrary. I've just done this for an illustration purpose. I'm going to set the animation going, and you'll see that the boat rises and falls with the ebb and flow of the tide. And as the tide gets smaller, the springs turn into neaps over the period of a 2 week cycle. The tidal variation also decreases. And I'm going to speed things up. We get to our neap tides, and then they start to get bigger again. So the ebb and flow of the tide once again starts to increase. Okay. Sometimes spring tides are a surfer's worst nightmare because they make the swell a little bit unpredictable, but then it also makes some secret spots come alive. Okay. I hope that's summarized well and made sense.